When unexpected job loss shakes your foundation, remember that God remains your provider and guide. As we read in Jeremiah 29 verse 11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Today's prayer is specifically for women facing the uncertainty, fear, and anxiety that comes with sudden unemployment. If you're asking, what now? After losing your job, this prayer will help you find peace and direction as you navigate this challenging season. Lord, I come before you today with a heart that feels shattered by unexpected change. The words "you're let go" still echo in my mind, bringing waves of fear about my future. You see me in this vulnerable place, every worry about bills, every question about my worth, every tear shed in private moments. I know you created me with purpose, and even this sudden job loss hasn't caught you by surprise. In this moment of uncertainty, I surrender my anxiety to you, acknowledging that while this path wasn't my choice, you can transform difficult circumstances into opportunities for growth and reinvention. God, I confess the fear that's gripping my heart right now. Will I find another job? How will I provide for my family? What does this mean for our future? These questions swirl endlessly, robbing me of peace and sleep. I recognize that this situation is an opportunity to develop resilience and adaptability, even when everything feels overwhelming. Help me to see beyond my current circumstances to the possibilities that lie ahead. Remind me that with the right strategies and mindset, I can overcome this obstacle and perhaps even discover new paths I never would have considered. Jesus, in this season of uncertainty, I ask for your supernatural peace to guard my heart and mind. When anxiety threatens to consume me, help me remember that you are still in control. This job loss doesn't define me or determine my future. You do. I choose to believe that even now, you are working behind the scenes, preparing opportunities and connections that I cannot yet see. Give me the courage to face each day with hope rather than dread, with expectation rather than fear. Let me approach this challenge as a chance to reinvent myself rather than a devastating setback. Lord, I struggle with feelings of rejection and inadequacy after this job loss. The questions plague me. Was I not good enough? Did I fail somehow? Help me separate my identity from my employment status. Remind me that my worth comes from being your beloved child, not from a job title or paycheck. You see value in me that transcends professional accomplishments. Give me the strength to reject the lies that say I'm a failure and instead embrace the truth that I am capable, resilient, and equipped with unique gifts that are still needed in this world. God, I need your wisdom as I navigate practical concerns. Bills don't stop coming just because income has stopped flowing. I bring my financial worries before you, asking for your provision and guidance. Show me how to steward what I have wisely. Open my eyes to resources and opportunities one might have overlooked. Connect me with people who can offer sound advice for this season. Help me develop a strategic plan rather than making decisions from a place of panic. I trust that you will provide for my needs, just as you promise in your word. I pray for clarity about my next steps, Lord. Should I pursue a similar position, or is this an opportunity to pivot into something new? The options before me can feel both limiting and overwhelming at the same time. Give me discernment to recognize doors you're opening and courage to walk through them, even if they lead somewhere unexpected. Help me to see this transition not just as an ending but as the beginning of a new chapter. Show me how to use this time to reassess my gifts, passions, and purpose so that my next position aligns even more closely with the person you created me to be. Father, I ask for strength to maintain a positive mindset during this challenging time. It's so easy to spiral into negativity, to focus on what I've lost rather than what might be gained. Protect my thoughts from despair and bitterness. Help me to practice gratitude even in this difficult season, acknowledging the blessings that remain. Give me the discipline to structure my days productively, to continue developing my skills, and to care for my physical and emotional health. Let me emerge from this period stronger and more resilient, with a testimony of your faithfulness through the valley. For those watching who are also experiencing job loss or career uncertainty, I pray they would find comfort in knowing they're not alone in this struggle. So many of us face seasons of professional transition and the anxiety that comes with them. If you're feeling overwhelmed right now, please know there's a helpful ebook called Don't Think, Trust and Surrender, available in the pinned comment below. It contains practical spiritual guidance that might help ease your anxiety during this uncertain time. Remember that while faith is essential, it works alongside practical action steps, not as a replacement for them. Lord, I ask for courage to reach out and accept help during this time. Pride often makes me want to handle everything alone, to present an image of having it all together. Break down those walls of self-sufficiency and help me embrace community. Give me the humility to accept support from family, friends, and church. At the same time, show me how I can continue to be a blessing to others even in my own time of need. Let me not become so focused on my own situation that I miss opportunities to encourage someone else who might be struggling. In giving, I often receive the very strength and perspective I need. God, I pray against the shame that often accompanies job loss in our achievement-oriented culture. When someone asks, "What do you do?" and I don't have a clear answer, help me respond with confidence rather than embarrassment. Remind me that my identity is secure in you, not in a job title. Give me words that honor this season without apology or excessive explanation. Let me see this transition period as a legitimate and valuable part of my journey, not just an uncomfortable gap to minimize or hide. Replace my shame with a quiet dignity that comes from knowing whose I am, regardless of my employment status. I ask for protection over my relationships during this stressful time, Lord. Financial pressure and uncertainty can strain even the strongest bonds. Give my family patience and understanding as we navigate this challenge together. Help me communicate openly about our situation without transferring my anxiety to my children. Strengthen my marriage to withstand this test rather than being damaged by it. Let this shared challenge ultimately bring us closer together, united in faith and purpose, rather than pulling us apart through blame or resentment. Father, I pray for the discipline to use this unexpected time wisely. Help me establish healthy routines that include job searching, skill development, rest, and spiritual growth. Guard me against the temptation to fill anxious hours with mindless distraction or to withdraw completely in depression. Show me how to balance necessary action steps with the equally important practice of waiting on you. Give me wisdom to know when to push forward and when to be still, when to speak and when to listen, when to search and when to rest in your timing. Lord, I ask for supernatural networking opportunities to open before me. Connect me with the right people who can help me find my next position or venture. Give me favor in interviews and conversations. Help me articulate my value clearly and confidently. Remove any obstacles that would prevent the right doors from opening. I trust that you are working behind the scenes, orchestrating connections and opportunities that I could never arrange on my own. Help me to be attentive to your leading, ready to respond to unexpected possibilities that might actually be divine appointments. God, I surrender my timeline to you. In my anxiety, I want immediate solutions, clear answers, and quick resolution. But your ways and timing often differ from mine. Give me patience for this journey and faith for the waiting periods. Help me trust that what feels like a delay isn't a denial but rather preparation for something better than I could have planned myself. Let me use this time of waiting productively, developing qualities and skills that will serve me well in the future. Remind me that many of your greatest servants experienced seasons of waiting before stepping into their calling. I pray for healing from any hurt or bitterness I feel toward my former employer or colleagues. It's natural to experience anger, especially if I feel the job loss was unfair or poorly handled. But I don't want to carry that emotional burden into my future. Help me process these feelings honestly and then release them to you. Give me the supernatural ability to forgive and wish well those who may have caused me pain. Free me from the need to prove myself right or to see others get what I think they deserve. Let me walk forward unburdened by resentment that would only harm me in the long run. Lord, I ask you to transform my perspective on this job loss. Help me see it not just as a problem to solve but as a potential turning point in my story. Many successful people can point to a job loss or failure that ultimately redirected them toward their true calling or greater opportunity. Let me approach this season with curiosity about what you might be preparing me for, rather than just focusing on what I've lost. Give me eyes to see the bigger picture of my life and career, trusting that this chapter, though difficult, is part of a larger narrative you're writing. God, I pray for the courage to dream again. Job loss can make us risk-averse, tempting us to settle for security rather than pursuing purpose. Reignite my passion and vision for the future. Help me consider not just what job I can get, but what work would truly utilize my gifts and bring me fulfillment. Give me boldness to pursue opportunities that align with my values and strengths, even if they require stepping out in faith. Show me how this apparent setback might actually be setting me up for a comeback that exceeds what I had before. I ask for wisdom regarding practical decisions during this transition, Lord. Should I use savings or retirement funds? Is it time to downsize or relocate? How do I prioritize financial obligations? These questions require discernment beyond my own understanding. Connect me with wise counselors who can provide sound advice. Help me make decisions based on careful consideration rather than panic or pride. Give me peace about necessary adjustments to our lifestyle, knowing that simplifying now may create greater stability and opportunity in the future. Father, I pray for resilience when the job search becomes discouraging. Rejection letters, unanswered applications, and promising opportunities that don't materialize can wear down even the strongest spirit. When disappointment threatens to overwhelm me, renew my strength and determination. Help me learn from each interaction without internalizing rejection as a statement of my worth. Give me the perseverance to keep moving forward, refining my approach based on feedback and experience. Remind me that many successful job searches include numerous no's before the right yes comes along. Lord, I ask you to redeem this difficult season by using it to deepen my faith and character. Let me emerge from this trial not just with new employment, but with greater trust in your provision, more compassion for others who struggle, and increased resilience for future challenges. Use this time to strip away unhealthy dependencies and reveal areas where I've placed my security in things other than you. Refine my priorities and values so that when I do return to work, I bring with me a wiser, more grounded perspective on the role of career in a well-lived life. God, I pray for creativity and innovation in my job search and career planning. The traditional paths may not be available or optimal right now. Open my mind to possibilities I haven't considered. Freelance work, entrepreneurial ventures, career pivots, or unique combinations of my skills and experience. Help me think beyond conventional job titles to identify transferable skills that might open doors in unexpected industries. Give me courage to create opportunities rather than just waiting for them to appear, to offer solutions rather than just asking for positions. I ask for the ability to maintain healthy boundaries during this time of transition. Lord, help me resist the temptation to take the first offer that comes along if it would compromise my values or well-being. Give me discernment to recognize toxic work environments or opportunities that would ultimately lead me away from your purposes for my life. At the same time, guard me against unrealistic expectations or pride that might cause me to overlook solid opportunities. Help me balance openness to new possibilities with wisdom about what's truly right for me and my family. Father, I pray for provision that exceeds my expectations during this season of uncertainty. You are not limited by economic conditions or job market statistics. You own the cattle on 1,000 hills and can provide in ways I haven't even imagined. Open my eyes to see resources, opportunities, and support that might be right in front of me. Help me steward well what I have while trusting you for what I need. Replace my scarcity mindset with confidence in your abundance. Let this season become a testimony to your faithfulness rather than a story of lack. Lord, I ask for the humility to learn and grow through this experience. What lessons might you be teaching me through this job loss? Are there skills I need to develop, habits I need to change, or perspectives I need to adjust? Give me honest self-awareness without crushing self-criticism. Help me use this time for meaningful reflection and personal development. Show me how to transform this challenge into an opportunity for growth that will serve me well in the future. Let me not waste the unique perspective that comes from standing at this crossroads in my career. God, I pray for peace about my professional identity during this time of transition. So much of our sense of self is tied to what we do, and unemployment can trigger a genuine identity crisis. Remind me that my primary identity is as your child, and that remains unchanged regardless of my employment status. Help me see this season not as an emptiness to be filled as quickly as possible, but as a sacred space for rediscovering who I am apart from titles and achievements. Let me emerge with a more integrated sense of self that isn't dependent on external validation or professional success. Father, I ask for the gift of presence during this uncertain time. It's so easy to live in anxiety about the future or regret about the past, missing the value of today. Help me be fully present to my loved ones, to opportunities for growth, and to simple joys that persist even in difficult seasons. Guard me against the tendency to put life on hold until I have a new job, as if real living can only happen once this problem is solved. Show me how to find meaning and purpose in each day, regardless of my employment status. Let me not miss the gifts of this season while focusing only on its challenges. Lord, I pray for supernatural favor as I pursue new opportunities. Let my application stand out among many. Give me clarity and confidence in interviews. Help me communicate my value effectively. Place me in the right environments where my gifts can flourish and where I can contribute meaningfully. I trust that you have good plans for my future. Plans that might be different from what I had envisioned but are ultimately better than what I would have chosen for myself. Guide my steps toward the work you've prepared for me to do in this next season. As I close this prayer, I choose to anchor myself not in my circumstances but in who you are. You are my provider, my guide, my strength and my hope. You have never failed me, and you won't start now. This job loss is not the end of my story but simply a transition to a new chapter that you are already writing. I choose to trust your timing, your provision, and your purposes, even when I can't see the path ahead clearly. Thank you for walking with me through this valley and for the mountain views that await on the other side. If this prayer has brought you comfort in your own journey through job transition, please share it with someone else who might be struggling. Together, we can encourage one another to trust God's plan even in our most uncertain moments. In Jesus' name, Amen.